right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You tuned in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. You're listening to Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. Got a guest in studio today, Mr. Parker Stiles, new assistant basketball coach at Lab University Christian Academy. How you feeling today, Park?
I'm feeling great. It's a blessing to be here. I'm super grateful for the opportunity that Coach Dre has given me, and I'm ready to talk about myself today a little bit and talk about the program.
All right, good stuff. Tell us a little bit about your journey. You know, how'd you get up to being an assistant coach here at LabU? What's your coaching background?
So when I first got here, it was more of just watching my little brother play. My little brother was here playing for the Charlotte Dragons, and coaching kind of at first when I graduated high school wasn't even really in the mindset. But then over time, obviously I love the game. I stopped playing, and I had a lot of good conversation with Coach Dre, and it just kind of made me want to get into coaching. It made me want to do something with it where. And then over time, it just kind of the pieces fell into place. Coach Dre needed another assistant, so I wanted to take the opportunity to try to learn as much as I can. And I also spent this year coaching the 12U Dragons team, which was a good experience because I got some head coaching stuff under my belt, and I was able to just learn as much as I can.
So, totally. So being such a young guy, as a young coach in today's game. They kind of look at me like I'm crazy when I bring some of the old school stories. How does being a young player help you relate to being a young coach help you relate to young players in today's game?
Well, I feel like since I played so recently, like I feel like I'm a lot closer to playing than they realize. Like I just stopped playing like 2-3 years ago, so I'm able to kind of relate a little bit more to them, and I kind of know, like I'm almost on that same level of them, just a little bit further advanced, like from a mindset standpoint, so I can just relate to them as better than maybe some of the coaches who are not as young.
Now, as a young coach, I know with today's player and these younger guys, they kind of start looking at you as a almost comparable to them in age, so they almost may not take you as serious as they would me, because you're kind of new. They almost look to you as a peer as opposed to a coach. How do you overcome that obstacle and make them really respect what you're doing, what you're saying, when you are so close in age to them?
Right, and I love the bond that we have as a team and with those guys, and some of them are friends of mine, like off the court, but then you got to find that line, you got to find that separation, because when you get on the court, right, it's not. There's a difference. You got to be a leader. You got to be a mentor, and you got to learn. You help them fix some of the mistakes that maybe I've made in the past. And you just gotta find that line of hey, I'm cool with you, but at the same time, we're still trying to help the team get better, and sometimes that takes being a little bit harder on some of the guys. So it's just finding that line that
What when it comes to just the program in itself as a new coach, what are you learning? What are you looking to learn? What are some of the things that you're really prioritizing and growing with your own coaching experience?
Just a lot of the preparation stuff. So a lot of the stuff we do here, we just the attention to detail. We go through a long day here. We do lifting, yoga, conditioning, and all that stuff. So just being able to take bits and pieces of all those things, so I can, just add that kind of stuff to my bag when it comes to, coaching in the future, so I can, help my teams be better prepared. And yeah, I think preparation is probably the biggest thing that I've picked up on, and the things that I want to continue to learn and try to work on.
Mm-hmm. And when you say preparation, it's so many things that go into it, because just being prepared is one thing, but then you have to implement the preparation. We could watch film and do all these things all day. We could run our plays and everything, but from my side of it, of course, we're going to be prepared, but now we got to get them to understand the preparation, get them to understand the fine-tuned details of all of those things. What you think about that side of it?
Yeah, yeah, it's the attention to detail with, like you said, the playbook and all that stuff. Like it really, it'll pay off. Like, I guess.
So
I'm a little like what I don't know
when we get to the preparation,
mm-hmm.
we can be prepared on
right.
what I'm saying as coaches.
For sure.
but we got to pass that preparation on to them to make them feel prepared. That's where I'm going with that. So
Yeah.
when we get into the details of the playbook, when we get into the film, like we got to get them to understand the information.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely.
So this is cool in segment 1. There's some other things I want to discuss with you in segment 2. I really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned. You're listening to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. This is Andre Speech. We'll be back in a minute.